I want to give you a lyric, Lonzo. Play that game, the little bit that we do where I give you a lyric from a popular rapper, from a popular song, and I want you to break it down and let me know what your thoughts are when you hear this lyric. It's from the late, great Tupac Shakur. Song's called Brenda's Got a Baby. And the lyric that I want you to dissect, Lonzo, is very simple. Just because you live in the ghetto doesn't mean you can't grow. What are your thoughts when you hear that?
Man, that is probably one of the prolific lines that ever came out of Tupac's mouth, because people tend to use being from the ghetto, mama being on crack, family having issues as justification for checking out real early in life. That's their excuse. My mama had this. My daddy wasn't there. But, yeah, I know that could be a setback, but it's an old saying that a dude told me one time. It ain't what you go through, it's where you stop at. If you stop at your mama being on crack, that's all you remember, that's all you know, you'll never learn anything else. And that's your crutch. Yeah, I understand. Yes. It does have an effect. But just like you have baby teeth in your mouth, they fall out eventually. You grow up. You learn to deal with other situations. And yeah, that may be in the back of your mind, but it in most cases, it should be fuel for a better life as opposed to excuse for the one that you're making for yourself. It all depends on how you want to deal with things. As much as I love my mom, she liked when she drank, it was the worst thing that happened in my house. But I didn't stop right there. That's my reason for not doing a lot of drinking. I saw when you see certain things, man, you got a choice. Either you can follow, you can use it as an excuse, or fuel to move on. You can follow in their footsteps. Oh, my daddy drank, I'm gonna drink too. Okay, cool. Well, you're gonna probably get what your daddy got, if he got anything. My mama was this, my daddy. Come on, man. You don't have to do that, especially when you know better. If you know that was a fault, what you're experiencing is a fault that hindered that person's life, why would you want to follow in that same footstep? Just like food. Oh, my mama had diabetes. I got diabetes. Well, you know what? You ate the same shit. You probably got the same genes, and if you eat the same shit, it's gonna probably affect you the same way. You might want to change your diet. Everything ain't hereditary. Some things are. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here tell you things ain't hereditary. But if you know something like, especially like diabetes, is something that runs in your family, you can't do the same thing that your parents did and expect not to contract the disease. Don't make sense. That's why I don't smoke. Both my mom and daddy smoke. My dad had a heart attack. My mom had cancer. I don't smoke. They both smoked. My dad was a happy drunk. My mom was an evil drunk. I don't drink. I don't know what side may come out. Now I will drink from time to time. Okay, I'm not a saint, but that's not something I got to have in my life. That's why I run nightclubs so well, because that shit don't excite me.
Not getting drunk off your own supply, like I know a lot of bartenders and bar owners do.
One of the guys I worked with, I bought a club from him, and he had another club. And I remember one day I had to go drop off some money to him, and it was like 9 o'clock. The bar club wasn't even cracking yet. He was at the end of the bar, just knocked out, unconscious, drooling. I said, "Is he all right?" He started early on that Martell. Damn, is that what happens when you've been doing this for 30 years? I don't think so.
There it is, that GAME, grown ass man enlightenment right there. I always wondered why you weren't a big drinker, Lonzo, and thank you for sharing that story, because we talk about your dad a lot, and I just realized in my head that we don't talk about your mom a lot.
My mom and dad drank the same thing. They just had different. It affected each one of them differently. My grandmother is like half Indian, so my mom was quarter Indian. That tells you a whole lot right there. My dad was, I think my grandfather was either Jamaican or Haitian. So that tells you a whole other thing. So it has all types of you could smoke weed and you can smoke two people can smoke the same weed and have different effects on them based on their genetic makeup. Some of them be happy, some of them will be paranoid as hell. You ever smoke with a paranoid weed smoker? Oh my God.
Never again will I. Yeah, exactly.
It's the worst. Y'all smoking the same shit and their eyes get big, they hear sirens and all kind of shit. No, man, take your ass home. And take these stale ass shits with you too.
There it is, man. All right, we're about halfway through the show, so I'm going to remind everybody to hit that like button. If you have not already, go on and smash that like button. It really, really helps out the program. It lets the algorithm know that we exist. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you appreciate great stories, not only that, real authentic West Coast hip-hop history, you're tuned into the right spot. N.W.A. Stories with Lonzo. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to ask you guys to join me at 7 p.m. right after this show is over on my channel. I'm going to post a link in the description. I'm going to have Captain Rap, arguably one of, if not the first West Coast rappers to release a legit single with his partner in rhyme, Disco Daddy, called Gigolo Rap. Not only that, he went on to release a classic song called Bad Times, where he's rapping about street life, crack, civil war in other countries, and a lot of other social issues that was unlike that at that time. We also discussed Sugar Hill getting booed at their first LA show. So please tune in at 7 o'clock on my channel. I'm going to post a link in the description. And once again, November 17th, November 15th, this Saturday, World Class Wrecking Crew, Alonzo Williams will be taking the stage in San Pedro at the East Side Story Car Show, brought to you by Thump Records. Performing live, N.W.A, Freestyle, Ronnie Hudson, Invisible Man's Band, the Temprees, the Young Hearts, Mariah Avila, Ron Crowder, and of course, World Class Wrecking Crew, San Pedro, California. This Saturday, I think they're going on around 7:30 or something like that, but try to get there early and check out the great lineup. All right, Lonzo, let's continue, my dude. Something I've been wanting to discuss with you, but we had a great interview with Mike Klein last week, so I couldn't discuss this specifically with you. So, for the first time since 1990, no rap songs have appeared in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40. I know you heard that story, and I need your opinion on that, man.
You know what, man? I've heard this story before, and I think it's rightfully so, dude.